Oh, that's an interesting looking parcel. So today I want to answer one of those questions that everyone always says, well, you know, things are so much better in the old days, they were made better, they were stronger, they lasted longer. Let's have a bit of a look. So this is a brand new Stanley (21-piece) 1/4" socket set. An 89-507. And this is a 30-year-old 89-507. So let's have a look if we think there's really any difference. 86-004 on the driver. Exactly the same. Same range of sockets. It seems to be stuck in there a bit better. There has been small changes to the printing on that. That figure's not there. And I also noticed that it is a different ratchet. Just slightly different. And it's kinda, don't know if you can read that, but 89-917. It's got a little, I think 22 there, so I don't know whether that's saying that was from 2022, whereas this one just has the 89-817 on the US patent number on the inside. This one doesn't have the patent number, but that one's slightly different, so maybe it wouldn't matter. Now this one says it's made in Taiwan. I purchased this one here probably 30 years ago, and I recall it was $30, and I had to lay by it at Big W because $30 was a bit more than I could afford all in one go. This one here, the new one, I actually got on flybys. And I'll have a look online and we'll see what they retail for now. So, that is absolutely identical. They have not changed that in any way. And I mean, why would you? This is a very simple socket set. This one here, it lasted 30 years. I've given it a flogging. I've not been nice to it. I've used it over and over and over again. I have other quarter drive socket sets, but this one is just a good thing. So, what do we really have here? I guess a comparison. I'll see if I can figure out. It doesn't say how many teeth are in the ratchet. But it's certainly not anything too fine. That one seems to be about the same. Now if we compare them even to the 90 tooth gear wrench, they're probably 72, something like that, I'd say. So not really that bad at all, once again considering that this original set is 30 years old. If 30 years of innovation is just putting an extra 18 teeth in there, I think these are still a pretty valid set. I don't think anything's changed. So yeah, apart from the fact that the ratchet is slightly changed, but the new one is well, the new one's just easy to open because it's got the screws on the back there. Whereas the old Stanley had the ring in the center. So yeah, it appears that they've actually made it more repairable, although I don't know about whether or not you can buy the kits for them, but I'm sure you'd be able to work something out. These ones here with the, oh, they're a pain in the butt, those ones. Very difficult to get out compared to just simply undoing the screws. So yeah, as I say, she's only a 1/4 inch kit. You're not expected to wail on it something chronic, but I have used this one here with a pipe bar on it a few times to, I think most noticeably to get the water pump and that off the front of the Falcon, or the alternate off the front of the Falcon. It was just such a tight little space in there, and this was the only thing I could get in there, but I put a pipe handle on it and it did the job very well. So there you go. They say they don't make them like they used to. Does it make them better? Does it make them the same? Does it make them worse? Like I said, your gear wrench, your 90 tooth here, is probably a little bit finer and definitely a bit thinner. Has it got the strength? I would think so. But then again, I do feel the old coarse tooth ratchets have a little bit more strength than these fine tooth ones. But once again, how much pressure are you putting on a 1/4 inch ratchet? So anyway, I just thought I would get those. When I saw this set come up, and this I saw that was identical to this one, and with a 30-year time difference, I just thought, well, here's a chance to see whether things do get better or worse, or whether the old adage of if it ain't broke, don't fix it still is valid. Well, here, just for a comparison, this is a Mechpro 1/4-inch drive set that I got from the advent calendar. So just comparing the two, this is 23. Now this was, I think I paid $50, but I think it was actually $70. So Mechpro is super cheap. Repco's cheaper alternative, although not quite as cheap as GB tools, but still a fairly quality thing. Now this has got so this is 23 piece. I know it's got a 5 and a 9mm and a 9mm socket that these ones don't, but then it must be short on something else, because it's also got, this one's also got the joint here and the spinner handle. So it, oh well, this one has that handle there, which is basically the same. So so what have we got in sockets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, so we've got less sockets, but a flexi joint. So, is there any particular difference? The Repco seems a little thicker, maybe, but it's the same diameter. Oh no, it is. It's slightly bigger in diameter, which allows them to be slightly thicker in the ball. Swings and roundabouts. It's always good for extra strength, but on little sets like this, you need to be able to get into sneaky little spots. So I'm not sure if I have any actual rubbish. I'll just see if I've got something that's really cheap. So these are just another couple of ones from cheapy socket sets I have. Now this one here, this came from my parents' house, so there's no name on it, it's not got a brand. It would be 40, maybe 45 years old, I'd say. I've used the hell out of it. You can see it's full of dirt and crap. Never had a problem with it. I probably haven't used it for the past, I don't know, 10 or 15 years when I've had better tools, but that doesn't mean it's not there whenever I need it. And this comes from a super cheap auto advent calendar that I got a few years ago, and one of the good things they did was they had 4 10mm sockets in there. So these would probably be the cheapest of the cheap. Looking at them, can you really tell any difference? There's no pitting, there's no problem with flaking, there's no rust or anything. These actually look more like nearly identical to the Repco ones. So I would go so far as to say they are identical to the Repco ones, which is a bit strange. This one's super cheap auto, this one's Repco. But yeah, no, they're identical. There. So anyway, I mean, I have good Wera kits. I have lots of other kits around the place. I've got a 1/4 inch Milwaukee set there, but either of these are going to do any job I'm going to ask of them. So I think, well, going from what we've seen today, this kit is still pretty much exactly the same kit as it was 30 years ago. But then again, does it need to improve? For a starter kit for a 1/4 inch with a fair amount of ruggedness, I think your 89 507 is a good place to start.